Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. Video number 2 of 2, as we normally do on Younes Talks Football now during this hectic transfer window. This beautiful transfer window, if we're being honest. It's an absolute blockbuster window with all things happening left, right and centre, and we're not even close remotely to the end of it. The end of it is in September, so we've still got tons to go, but things are happening, and just like it's happening on this channel, video number 1 I will leave a link to right here for you to go and check out what we spoke about earlier on in relation to Caicedo. We mentioned Fofana and we've now got the confirmation, so that's going to be what we start off with in this video, and other things that went down as well. Make sure you head over there and pause this, go and watch that, come back, and then feel free to do what you want. Or, if you're weird and lopsided and you want to do it the other way around, like I always say, then go ahead, whatever floats your boat. So, let's get cracking. Let's get cracking with the latest. We're going to start with bad news, right? And then we're going to get to the good news. I think it's best to do it that way. We'll end on a good vibe. Actually, we won't end on a good vibe. We'll end on a funny vibe, because I've got something to say, and I'll say it at the very end. And yeah, there's a certain fan base that normally wouldn't agree with me, but I think they're going to agree with me this time. So wait till the end. Let's get cracking. Starting off with the bad news. Let's get the bad news out of the way, and it's Fofana. Fofana, I did mention earlier on that I'd heard that it seemed like he had done his ACL. It's now been confirmed that he has done, in fact, he has done his ACL. So let's get to the detail. Chelsea have released a statement as of earlier on today, and let's get into what it means for Fofana and what it means for us. Let's check it out. This is a statement from Chelsea. Defender Wesley Fofana has undergone anterior cruciate ligament reconstruction surgery. The 22-year-old did not travel to America for the club's pre-season tour due to specialist medical assessments, which unfortunately confirmed that an operation would be required. Wesley will now begin his recovery and work with the club's medical department at Cobham during his rehabilitation phase. This is tragic, and as it says in that statement, the key thing there is ACL reconstruction surgery. This isn't just a little tear. This isn't, the ACL rupturing. This is the ACL breaking. I don't know what Wesley Fofana done or what happened in training, but this is one of the worst injuries that you can get as a footballer. And we've got to get into the hard conversation. And you know where I'm going to go with this. So before we do, I want to show you guys what a performance scientist has to say in terms of rehab time, what it means for the player. So let's get into it. This is, I believe, is a Chelsea fan as well, but Rabchal Bra, who is a if I'm going to give him his actual title, he is a doctor in physical therapy, fitness and movement coach, mindfulness, and a sports scientist. So he definitely knows what he's talking about when it comes to sports injuries. So here it is. Terrible news. He's looking at 7+ months of rehab and then even longer to get close to pre-injury levels. Wishing him the best. That was in response to that statement. So he gave us a nice diagnosis and indicator as to how long Fofana's going to be out. Basically, Fofana's out for the season. Pochettino in his press conference today did optimistically, is that a word? Optimistically, in an optimistic way, say that he hopes that he's going to make it for the end of the season or just before the end of the season. I don't think he will. I'll be honest. The season ends in May, not in June, right? So the season ends in May. We are currently in July, mid-July. Let's call it mid-July. So we've got mid-August, September, October, November, December, January, February, and then March, April, May. End of season, so March, April, in terms of trying to get himself back to, no training whatsoever, to having finished rehab, now I need to get match fit. I don't see it. So, maybe the last game of the season, if he's lucky. And it's crazy to think that his season's done before it's not even started. Pre-season's not even started. We play our first game tomorrow night. It's crazy. And I feel for him. So I just want to say off the bat, Wesley Fofana, I wish him the best. much like I think everyone does. And I hope his recovery does go well, and I hope it goes quicker than anticipated, and I hope his body reacts to that recovery in a very positive way, and maybe, regenerates a little quicker, because everyone's different. So hopefully Fofana does. But we also have to have, as much as we want to wish him well, and we're going to support him, and the club will be there, and we will be there until he recovers, and when he does recover, we'll see him play again, and we know that. But we need to have a hard conversation now. What do we do? There's talk that Trevor Chalobah can't go now, right? People are like, no, we got to keep Trev now. There's absolutely no discussion. We have to keep Trev. Chelsea apparently are in the... They have their options up in the air. They're happy to go into the transfer market if necessary. If Poch also goes with that direction and anticipates, we need to go into the market, Chelsea will go into the market. If they trust Chalobah completely, they'll trust Chalobah completely. Personally, it's a tough one because we are busy in terms of the transfer market. There are targets that we're going for. There is business that we're trying to get done. Chalobah is there. He is available. It's not the end of the world in terms of, players that we do have at the club currently. If we look at our options, we have at left centre-back, we've got Levi Colwill, we've got Badiashile, right? At right centre-back, we've got Thiago Silva, we've got Trevor Chalobah. Remember, we're going to be playing with a back four. Forget the back three. That's history now. So for anyone that is thinking, no, we're going to play the back three. No, mate, Pochettino is definitely not going to be playing the back three. You can bet your house and your life and your everything you own on it, right? And if somehow Poch plays a back three, I will be stunned, right? Because I don't think he's ever done it. So, or maybe a few times at Spurs, but I don't remember if he did. So there's that. So we've got options. Thiago Silva and Chalobah are our right centre-backs. But, like I mentioned earlier on, if something happens to Thiago Silva, can you stick out with Trevor Chalobah? Now, I do want to say, and I want to say this because people believe that our defence is immediately so much weaker. Theoretically, it's actually not. Like I've said in previous videos, Chelsea didn't concede a crazy amount of goals last season. In fact, we conceded the standard amount. We conceded and we lost games because we weren't scoring. If we had been scoring, the amount of goals we would have conceded would have looked completely normal. But because we were not scoring and all we did was concede, even if it was a normal amount, it meant we lost games. And because we lost games, we all went into freefall, right? And rightfully so, because all we were doing was losing games. But when you look at it, the defence wasn't a disaster. It was the attack that was constantly allowing the defence to just be under constant pressure. And they handled what they could handle. But there was nothing being done to compensate for it up top. So we have to bear that in mind. It's the same situation about Kepa. It's not going to be a disaster if Kepa stays, which he will. It's not a disaster. Can we do better? I believe yes. There are maybe options out there that are better as goalkeepers than Kepa. But it's not a disaster if Kepa is the number one. It's not. Yes, we might get the odd long shot here and there, yeah? But as long as we fix this goal scoring, we'll be all right. So with Trevor Chalobah, we'll be fine. But this is a long-term injury, and we have to now have the conversation about what is Fofana's future. Because as much as we have to support him and back him, and obviously we'll be here when he comes back, but he's been injured, if I'm not mistaken, for 192 days of his Chelsea career. That's unreal. He was already injured at Leicester. He was injury prone at Leicester. It could be, I have to be honest. You know me. I, live by the sword, die by the sword. I say it as I see it. Maybe it's been bad business. Maybe we have messed up on this one in terms of playing that money. I don't think it's a bad judgment of the player. Fofana's a great defender. Let's have it right. Class. Yeah, we know this. But maybe a bad business decision without really taking into context just how injury prone he actually is. So, now, what do we do? Do we stick with Chalobah and wait to see what happens? Or do we anticipate that he is actually injury prone? This isn't going to be the last problem. We might as well go and look for a defender now. Do we believe Chalobah will be that guy? Can he be that guy? Or is he not enough? Do we need to go into the market for someone? That's the tough conversation Chelsea need to have now. And it's the right conversation to have. So let me know down below. What do you think? What do you think? Personally, I have to be honest with you. My gut feeling tells me eventually we would have to go in for a defender. I am happy to stick with Chalobah for now on the anticipation that we don't have European football. It's not a disaster. Chalobah is good enough, I think, for where we are right now and where we need to get to. But later on, it's going to be a chance for Chalobah to prove himself. If he doesn't, then absolutely we need to go into the market for a defender. Maybe not now. I think we're all right for now. But maybe into January, if not next summer, maybe we do. But we have to watch Chalobah and see how he does first and give him the opportunity. I think it's the only correct thing to do. We have Thiago Silva there, but he's going to be ending soon. He's 38. So we have to take this into consideration. What are we going to do? Let me know what you think we should do. Now, that's the latest on Fofana. We spent quite a bit of time, and I want to clarify the situation because people are talking about the fridge at the bridge, right? As a mate of mine who's a Man United fan told me, he shared it, that Man United fans have been saying this, and I laughed. I actually thought that was hilarious. That is actually quite creative. So Man United fans, kudos to you. That's first time I'm giving you praise. Because I actually laughed. I actually found that funny. The fridge at the bridge. Harry Maguire. Let me just clarify this situation. This is where the initial report came from. I've dug it out and I know exactly where it came from. I remember when it popped up and I didn't pay any attention to it, and now you're about to know why. Here it is. The Sun. I don't need to say anything else. I'll show it to you again. Chelsea eye stunning Harry Maguire transfer with defender angry and shocked after being stripped of Man United captaincy. That came from Charlie Wyatt. That's absolute nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. Chelsea are not going for Harry Maguire. I'll just clarify the situation now. They're not going for Harry Maguire. Some of you may be like, oh no, you're just hoping they're not. No, they're actually not. And this is already false information. Harry Maguire put out a statement that he had in fact lost the captaincy, but he will be supportive of his teammates. He'll be supportive of the manager. He'll be there ready for Manchester United. He wants to stick around and play for United and be there and help the team. So that's what we expect, which means he's staying. Well, great. Because he's not coming to us. No, we're not doing that, mate. We're not doing that. No, absolutely not. I'd rather take an injured Fofana and stick him on the pitch than play Harry Maguire. So, no. Just that's to let you know, it's a non-story. That's the only place that have said, oh, Maguire to Chelsea. No one else has said Maguire to Chelsea except Charlie Wyatt and The Sun. That's it. And that tells you everything you need to know. Do not read The Sun. That's all I want to say. And there are other newspapers that I don't trust. On both sides of the spectrum, it's because you don't watch The Sun. It doesn't mean, oh, you trust the Mirror, for example. Like, no. Like, they're all tabloids. They're all nonsense as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah. Let's get into more of the other news that's happened. Can we just admire this? Let's just admire this for a little bit. Yeah, admire this. This is from FC Series, the official page for the series that are hosting the Premier League series over in the United States. Rate the drip. Pochettino. Look at the drip. Unreal. My gaffer. Aura. I hate that word, but I have to say it. That is pure aura, isn't it? It's pure aura. Absolutely fantastic. So Pochettino looking absolutely class. First manager we've had in a while with style. Potter never had style. Lamps is lamps. I mean, it's lamps, isn't it? But he's an interim, so let's not count him. Yeah, you know, Tuchel had a bit of style, won't lie. But Poch is he's a natural. He's got that. Mate, South Americans, Mediterraneans, no one competes. No one competes. When it comes to style, no one competes. What did Poch have to say? Because he done a press conference. Let's get into it. Pochettino says, no game is a friendly when you're at a club like Chelsea. They're all official. That is absolutely fantastic to hear. The standards, people, the standards. Frank Lampard's going to be happy at that. And just to divert, by the way, I do want to point you in the direction. And you know what? I'm actually going to put a link right here for you guys. This is a link to Diary of a CEO podcast. And Frank Lampard was on there. Went on the video I was uploaded a couple of days ago. And I've watched it now. I've completed it. Watch it. Please do watch it. If you can, watch it. Yeah, Frank Lampard, everything he said, there was some bits where I think maybe you're not taking much accountability, but overall I felt like he was honest, he was direct, he spoke from his heart, spoke quite logically about many things, and gives you an overall idea of where Chelsea are, you know, and where we're heading. even if he's not there, but where we're heading. So watch it, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. Manages to reconcile the relationship, I think, with the ones that criticise Lampard as a manager, and you'll understand where his mindset is, so do watch that. But Pochettino, bringing those standards that Lampard did mention, back and saying every single game is an official game, there is no friendly, there is no taking it easy, and that is absolutely what we need. So tomorrow night at 1 a.m, Chelsea play Wrexham. I will not be doing a watch-along. I won't even be doing a post-match review straight away. You'll be getting it the next morning. That's 100%. I'm not going to be up at 4 a.m. giving you guys a review. I'm sorry, that's just not sleep. It needs to happen, and then I will give you a review. So that will be uploaded then. But Pochettino making this absolutely clear. He also made something else clear, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. Let's get right into this. Mauricio Pochettino on if Romelu Lukaku is going to leave Chelsea. I think it is obvious. I think we can repeat this. That couldn't be more clear. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. The one thing about Pochettino, and if you watch his press conference today, you'll know, is that he's so hard-hitting. He tells you exactly what you want to hear, what you need to hear, and it's genuinely what he wants you to hear and what he thinks is correct. He's not putting it on. He's just on the same page as all of us. Here, in terms of his style, what he's trying to do, what he's already done, his approaches, it's what we've needed in a manager for ages. Every time I hear Poch, I just get more and more confident that we're going to be okay. You know, so, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what the boys are going to be looking like from tomorrow onwards in these preseason games. Fingers crossed. Let's wait and see what happens. Now, let me know your thoughts on Poch's press conference down below. And I'm glad that Lukaku is actually being shifted and there's no chance that he's actually staying. Because I know he's at Cobham now, doing whatever little bit of running he's got to do. But no, we got to get rid of him ASAP. So let's see how that one turns out. Cucurella was the next guy to talk. And I feel like with what I'm about to show you, this got him into everyone's good books again. Everyone's good books. So let's get into it. Here's what he had to say after Poch's press conference. It was Cucurella's. Here it is. We run a lot. We do double sessions. You see your teammates suffer in pain and run a lot, and this creates good relationships. This is actually very true. And for those that have played to any level, if you've gone through a pre-season training of any sort, it's a chance for you to bond and suffer together with your teammates. You're going through hell together. You're suffering together. You can read each other's faces. You can see the pain that everyone's in. And that translates when you take it to a match day and then you win. It reminds everybody that all of you together were going through that moment together for that moment that you're experiencing right now. That's the beautiful thing. And then you look at each other and go, we flipping did it. And that creates a higher atmosphere. It's the beautiful thing of sports psychology. Which I have to say, by the way, I don't want to take shots, but Potter had a, a master's in emotional intelligence, wasn't it? But when we look at the comparisons, what Poch has done is shown much more in that aspect than we did see prior for the last year or so. It's absolutely incredible, and it goes to show you, and that's why I mentioned it, because just because you have a diploma in whatever it is, or you have a degree or a master, you have something academic, it doesn't mean it's going to work when it comes to sport. It doesn't. It doesn't. You need to have a natural gift and a natural approach on how to get your ideas and transfer them over to your squad and your players. You don't need a degree for that. And that's a lesson. You know, there's a proverb. It's a North African proverb. So I think all the Moroccans, Algerians and Tunisians will know this one. But the proverb is, give me someone that understands, not someone that studied. You know, you don't need to school to understand life and the way that everything works. But there's some people that genuinely are so brain smart and book smart and they're geniuses, but they've got no common sense. There's no common sense. Give me someone with common sense instead of someone with an academic achievement. That's the overall lesson to be learned on today's episode of Younes Talks Football. So I hope you can take that with you. But get back to Cucurella. He's got more to say. We're not done. So here's more. Marc Cucurella, I want to stay at Chelsea. I am very happy here. It was not an easy season. When you arrive at a big club, you feel pressure, and when the results don't arrive, you feel more pressure. This is part of life. We learn to improve. You know what? That sounds great with me. That sounds great, and it's going to be key to see how Poch gets the best out of him now. And you can apply the same to many other players, including, and I have to be honest here, I'm not sold, but including Gallagher. Let's be honest. You know, last season was horrific for everybody. And I feel Poch getting a chance to get something out of these lads is going to be key. And that includes Conor Gallagher. I just think on a footballing level, though, we can see how good Cucurella can be. With Gallagher at the top level, I'm not so sure. But we'll see. We'll see how that one works out, if he stays or he goes. But the players do deserve an opportunity. So there is that to say. Cucurella then mentioned something that I think this is what everyone's going to put him in their good books for, is this. He spoke on Caicedo, saying, I think he wants to come here. I've read in the media lots of times. I have a good relationship with him. He is a good midfielder, and if he comes, I think we have a top midfielder for a long time. Mate, Cucurella, what have you done? Oh, hang on. I can hear all the Brighton fans topping themselves. Hey, considering I'm only down the M23, I think I can hear them. They're all screaming and they're in rage. They've all got their pitchforks out and they're coming for you. Good thing you're in the States. Listen, it's very, very weird for a player to mention another player who's not at the club like this. And it only tells me that everyone at Chelsea know it's going to be done. It's going to be done. Caicedo is coming to Chelsea. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. When you're hearing things like this, it's crazy. If not, Cucurella is going to get punished for that. You best believe. You shouldn't mention the player of another club. That's just the professional thing to do. He's just gone, yeah, I've got a great relationship with him. He's a top geezer. I think he's going to do great with us. So let's see. And as I said, I do think it's going to come to the end very, very soon. Fingers crossed before we play Brighton. Therefore, when we do play Brighton, perfect scenario is for Caicedo to chip the ball into the box after a corner and Levi Colwill to get his head on it and score the 92nd minute winner. And then go into, the Brighton fans and have it large. That would be absolute class. So, let's see how that goes down with Caicedo and with Levi Colwill as well. He's been training. He's all smiles. Looks like he's had a conversation with Poch. Poch has said that he's had a good conversation with him and he's got his ideas across and Levi Colwill's told him what he's wanted to hear, but Poch did say that these players need to prove themselves, they need to show themselves, and it's looking like Colwill got that message. And as I said, if he's got that message, I'm happy. I'm absolutely happy. If he goes down that route, I'm absolutely happy. So let's see. Now that's the Chelsea news done and dusted, but there's other news that's popping off left, right and centre. So to end the video, let's get into it, starting off with Goretzka. West Ham are targeting a move for Leon Goretzka to replace Declan Rice. Bayern want between 40 to 50 million euros to sell the German. Thomas Tuchel wants a new number 6. This could be a banging move for West Ham. Can I just say? Goretzka. West Ham. That would be outrageous. And for a great fee. They've pocketed a lot of money here for Declan Rice and the sell. So to take a portion of that and get Goretzka, that would be phenomenal business for West Ham United. So look, I think that would be class. And let's see if it happens. Goretzka in the Premier League. Let me know your thoughts down below. And West Ham, if you support West Ham, are you excited? I would be. Now, talking about excited, Bayern Munich got a bit too excited today, right? And they're taking the mick here. They're taking the mick. This shouldn't happen. This shouldn't happen. What are you doing? Bayern Munich, what are you doing? This is abuse. This is abuse. Bayern Munich won 27-0 today. I'm sorry, but FC Rotach Egen, if I've said that correctly, what are you lads doing accepting to play against Bayern Munich? And it's not the first time either. This is their history. In 2018, they lost 22. In 2019, they lost 23-0. And today, they lost 27-0. It's an aggregate score of 72 over 3 matches. I don't know if this team are like really close to Bayern Munich and they just happily... Listen, if I play for that team and I know Bayern Munich are coming, I'm just like, yo, lads, we're getting killed. We're screwed. Before kickoff, I'm putting on my shin pads, I'm putting on my socks, and I'm looking, I'm going, we're about to get battered. Put my shirt on, we're about to get battered. It's just outrageous. So, look, I don't know what to say. This is a pointless preseason fixture. It's great for Rotach Egen, if that's how you say their name, because they're playing Bayern Munich. For them, it's a flipping like, whoa, great preseason for them. You can't get better. Whatever league they're in, they're probably going to destroy everyone 20-0. But for Bayern Munich, this is pointless. It's like playing against the local estate. Imagine Chelsea playing against the lads that pop up in my local pitch. It's the same. It will finish 35-0. It just will. So I don't understand why this fixture goes ahead. Anyway, that's the latest with them. Let me know your thoughts on that absolute incredible scoreline. We got news from João Felix. This is weird. João Felix statement on his future. I'd love to play for Barca. Barcelona has always been my first choice and I'd love to join Barca. It was always my dream since I was a kid. If it happens, it will be a dream come true for me. So just to clarify the situation. This is João Felix, who currently plays for Atletico. If you go to his bio, you'll see that he's still got Chelsea in it. But he's now declared he wants to play for Barcelona. The guy looks baffled. Looks lost. And I'm not sure it quite works like that in terms of, I want to play for Barca, and you just wait for the phone to ring. Barca are going to call any moment now. Like, they might not. So you've just destroyed any chance you have of remaining at Atletico, which I don't think he's bothered about, but you possibly destroyed a chance of going anywhere else because they know that you really want Barca. Not a wise thing to do if Barca are not going in for him. Now, if he knows Barca are coming in for him, then he can absolutely speak like this because that will only help accelerate it. But we'll see. Will Felix go to Barca? Let's wait and see. Manchester United fans are all on the flight trackers now. Here it is. After some changes to the plan due to flight issues, no problems for the deal at all. Onana will travel to the UK in 40 minutes. Onana's private flight scheduled at 10:30 p.m. Italy time from Turin. Andre will land in Birmingham later tonight. Medical tomorrow. Why Birmingham? Why not straight to Manchester? It's a private jet. What's going on? Why Birmingham? Manchester have an airport. Just to let you know, I don't get it. But anyway, he's probably in the air right now. So, considering that the flight, I think, took off an hour ago, he's probably not far from UK airspace. So if there's any Man United fans, get the telescopes out. You can, and the flight trackers, and you'll be able to monitor his flight. I'm sure there are. I'm sure they're all on it. And talking about flight trackers and who are the OGs when it comes to tracking flights, it's these guys. And look what they've done. Arsenal, I don't know if they've been taken over by aliens, right? But this is their social media page now, and it's just littered with fluorescent green. What is this? What is this? And then you look at the new kit. This is their new kit. This is their new kit. This is their new kit. What is this? It's like I read that they got inspired by the map of Islington. So apparently this is the map of Islington. Look, I'm a Londoner. I don't know what that is. I don't know North London as well as I know South London, but I know Islington, and I don't recognise Islington on that shirt. What I do recognise is inspiration maybe from the workers on the M1 motorway, in the fluorescent jackets, the maintenance workers that work on the M1 and have been for the last, 3 or 4 years. Maybe they got inspiration from those guys, because that's what they look like. They look like a bunch of motorway maintenance workers in their fluorescent coats. Is that the inspiration? Listen, I know Arsenal fans, this is why I said earlier on they're going to agree. Arsenal fans are horrified by this kit, and they all think it's horrible. And I don't blame them. I mean, I can't wait to play Arsenal. If they don't play in red and white, I want them to play in this. Well, actually, no, they might blind us that way. That's not a good way. We don't want that. It's going to be weird to see them playing this kit. I'm sure all the bees are going to be flying off to the Emirates because they're going to get attracted. Let's wait and see what happens. But that's Arsenal's new kit. Shocking. One shocker from Adidas. I never thought they'd produce a shocker, but it's shocking. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on everything that I've discussed so far today. Much appreciated. And I will see all of you here for a couple of new ones. So thank you all so much. Do not forget, if you are new, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Don't forget to hit up Younes Talks Football social media in the description below, on screen right now, at Younes Talks Football on Instagram, at Y Talks Football on Twitter, at Younes Talks Football on TikTok, and I will see all of you tomorrow for a couple of new ones. So thank you very much, people. Have a good one. See you tomorrow. Take care and peace.